Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Nicolette Amarillas. I'm an exercise coach and a posture and movement specialist. This is a new type of video that I'm launching. I don't have a name for it yet. You're welcome to drop possible names in the comments if you come up with anything. But essentially, I'd like to start posting 5 to 10 minute classes where we go over different parts of programming and movement mechanics. Things that I think are really important, aspects of training that I think are really important that aren't necessarily like movement demos or movement specific. And today I want to go over how you choose the order of your exercises in a workout if strength training is a part of your goal and a part of your routine. Choosing the order of exercises can be really challenging for anyone who's trying to learn or get better at programming for themselves. I do program design with my clients, that's my specialty, but I also want to arm all of the people who follow me and even my clients with the information to be able to feel comfortable to do it themselves. That's really the end goal, is for you to feel confident and have the ability to program for yourself and then show up for your workouts, knowing that you know what to do and how to do it. So today we'll talk about how we decide on the order of exercises when it comes to our strength training and our lifting. Typically, the first part of our exercise should be dedicated to the most demanding exercises that we'll be doing the whole day. That means your big compound movements, the barbell deadlift, the back squat, the front squat, the bench press with the barbell, the incline barbell press, and the dip. These are your primary exercises, and these are the exercises that you should begin your lifts with. Yes, it depends on the goal, but typically, if we're doing those movements, they're gonna be at the top of the workout. Now, there are some goals where you might not even do these movements in a workout, but if you are, push them to the top. That's because we wanna make sure that we have the most energy for these movements. I see a lot of people online starting their workouts with exercises like a hip thrust. And then after that, they're going into a back squat or a barbell deadlift. And while this isn't bad, it's just not efficient. The barbell deadlift, for example, is a very demanding exercise. It's one of the most demanding exercises that you can do. And if you're not starting with that, you're really doing a disservice to your body, because when you do get to it toward the middle or the end of your workout, you're not gonna have nearly as much energy to execute that exercise to your fullest capacity. So any exercise that's most demanding, these compound movements, you're gonna wanna start your workout there. That way you can give all of your energy, and no, you don't wanna empty your tank into that exercise, but you definitely want to give a lot of energy to that first movement, and you don't want to be fatigued. Safety is a big thing here. You don't want to be fatigued when you go into a barbell deadlift. That's a really hard exercise. You want to feel primed and ready to go, because it's an exercise that can put you at risk if it's done incorrectly. Now, in the second block, we're talking more about accessory exercises. These are movements that support that first movement that you did, or the first two movements that you do in a workout. These movements are still really challenging, and they're usually multi-joint, meaning a row or a pull down or a split squat where you're working your knees and your hips, your shoulder and your elbow, versus a bicep curl, which would be a single joint movement, which is saved for the end of your workouts. So in this second block, you're thinking accessory movements that are still really big and really challenging, but they're not primary movements like the movements that I listed before. And they're movements that support those bigger movements. Without these accessory movements, those bigger movements are never gonna get stronger, no matter how much you do them. Finally, toward the end of your workout, whether you have 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5+ blocks, the end of your workout should be more single joint movements. These are accessory movements as well, but they're even simpler than the exercises right before. So these movements: bicep curl, tricep extension, seated good mornings, back extensions, movements where you're only really working a single joint, knee extensions, for example, working the quads and the tops of the thighs. These still, very much so, support that first primary compound movement, but they are much simpler. They're simpler not only in the movement mechanics, but also much easier on the nervous system. So you're able to do them safely while already under fatigue, because that's the biggest, most important part. By the end of your workout, you're tired. You don't want to do a deadlift, but you can probably manage a seated calf raise, right? That's an accessory exercise, a remedial exercise, an exercise that's going to support those bigger movements, but isn't so challenging that when you're tired, it puts your body at risk. So when you come to ordering these exercises, one of the most important parts is making sure that you're choosing exercises based on the demand it puts on your body. This is going to keep you safe while also helping you get so much stronger, because not only are you working on those big compound movements, but you're also working all of the accessory muscles and the muscles that contribute to the strength of those big movements. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to comment below. If you'd like to work with me one-on-one, as always, all that information is in the caption below the video, and I'd love to hear from you. I'm Nicolette Amarillas. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for coming to class, and help me find a title for this. And I hope to see you soon.